Hey, Dottie, do you want to go for a walk? Did you want to go for a walk, Dottie? Come on, let's get you off the bed. We'll go for a walk. Hey, Travels with Dottie here, and Dottie and I are going to go for a walk. And I had something in mind that I wanted to talk about. And that thing I wanted to talk about has to do with a video I did yesterday. I did one of my grocery store videos. I had to go grocery shopping. I was short on a bunch of things. And I went to Smith's and I did a video of it. Hang on a second. Dottie's got to do her little business here. There we go. Anyway, where was I? And I did the video and I went through and I edited the video, and there were a couple. The first problem was I changed the way I mounted this camera, like on the shopping cart, and part of the shopping cart was in the way, and I messed with the focus a little bit, so it wasn't, the quality of the image was not that great. It was a particularly busy day. Hang on a second, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So it was a particularly busy day at Smith's, and it was very, very loud. And when I processed the audio, you could hear me very clearly. It was the audio of me talking was very good quality, but it was just, let me put it this way. I had a hard time uploading it. Sometimes when you upload a YouTube video, it takes forever, and I don't know why. I think it has something to do with the features that you use in post-production, and sometimes some of those features are hard for them to process, or I don't know. Anyway, it took a really long time. And let me say this. I rarely do a video, edit it, and upload it to YouTube, and decide not to use it. And I did that this morning. I had uploaded it, done everything. All I had to do was change the visibility to make it public, and instead of doing that, I deleted it after I watched it one last time on YouTube. And I was thinking about, where did that decision come from? And it came from my intuition. I couldn't point to any one thing. You know, there were voices in my head saying, well, it's not a great video. There are a couple of problems with it, but people will still enjoy going grocery shopping with you. But the deeper voice that I think is really important to listen to, my intuition said, you need to delete this video and you need to do something else. Well, that's what I did, and it led to this video. In this video, I want to talk about the thoughts that I have about intuition and how I've developed my beliefs about intuition over the past couple of years, and how fascinating I think the concept is. So, give me a second here. I'll be right back. A lot of what I believe about intuition actually came from a Bob Wells video, Cheap RV Living, where he talked about safety as a full-time van lifer. And he said, if you pull into a campsite, you're remote camping, and Your gut says this place is not safe, yet you cannot point to any reason. Leave. Leave, because the information that's coming to you is your intuition. And it's a really brilliant idea to pay attention to your intuition, because your intuition processes information that you are not consciously aware of. And that really resonated with me. I know the human brain is capable of taking in input through our senses in totality, and much of it is processed and stored, and we're not even aware of it. What do I mean by that? Well, think about driving down a busy street. Your senses take in all the other cars, the people walking on the street, the buildings. Think about all the sensory input. And then after that drive, describe that in detail. You can't. You won't be able to, because you'll only be able to recall general details and some specifics. So does that mean we saw these things and they just went out of our heads, got deleted? I don't think that's true. Let me tell you what evidence I have to believe this. And the answer to that is an actress named Mary Lou Henner. Now, most of you are my age, so you know who she is. She was on the TV series Taxi, played a character named Elaine Nardo. Well, a fascinating thing, she has a very rare syndrome, a brain syndrome called, well, I'm going to put it up on the screen here because I know I'm thinking it's autobiographical memory, but it may be different. If it is, I'll put the proper term on the screen here. But the special and amazing ability that she has is you can ask her, tell me what happened on August 14th, 1977. And without hesitation, she will tell you what time she get up, what she had for breakfast. She'll go through every detail of the day. She has distinct memories of all the details for any particular day in her life. So you may be wondering, well, maybe she's just making it up. She can also tell you what was in the newspaper that day in detail. She can tell you things from that day that are independently verifiable, and you will be absolutely convinced that this is a real thing. And what I believe scientists suspect is this is not an abnormality in storage, it's an abnormality in retrieval. So my supposition is that we all have the same ability and store our experiences at that detail level the same. She has something, and I think there's like 6 other people on the planet that have this same thing. They have the ability to access that information consciously. I think we all have a subconscious ability to access that information, and the brain uses that in the background to give us valuable information. Like when I was driving into this campground, my subconscious input saw some things that are very suspicious, and my conscious mind didn't register them and can't retrieve them, but my subconscious mind alerts my fight or flight response and says, "Danger, Will Robinson." And if you're my age, you know what that reference is, Lost in Space. And our intuition speaks to us. And intuition often will speak to us in an emotional way. Whether it's, both positive and negative emotions. Emotion, what I mean by negative is like fear or dread, and positive excitement or acceptance or closeness. It can go either way. That's what I think the power of intuition is. And I believe, in the case of my video, that although I couldn't point to a really compelling, logical reason to not publish this video, I think the sensory input that I got culminated in my intuition saying, this isn't a good video for the channel. I think it may turn some of my viewers off. It's not my best work. Don't publish it. Do something else. So that's what I wanted to talk about this morning, the power of intuition and how valuable it can be for me and for you to, at times in a quiet place, listen to that voice inside you. And a thing that I believe too about intuition is we have a lot of competing thoughts. A lot of competing thoughts in our head. And sometimes it's intuition and sometimes it's not. How do you tell the difference? And one of the ways I think to tell is that even in a dangerous situation, the intuition voice is calm, right? It's almost soft but insistent. So personally, that's the way I tell when I decide my intuition is speaking to me. So anyway, when I thank you, I like to take off glasses so you can see my eyes, to see that I genuinely appreciate you watching my videos. And my intuition is telling me this is a much better video than the Smith's grocery video. Not that I'm going to stop doing grocery videos, but when I do one, I'm going to listen to the little voice inside me and decide whether it's something that's appropriate to post versus something that's appropriate to hit the delete key on. I hope you have a great day. I'm going to end it with, I'm going to continue the walk, and I'm going to turn the camera around and lock it on the person that you, the character, at least, that you really come to see, Dottie dog. So let's turn it around. Press this button. There we go. And then we're going to find Dottie. And there's Dottie. All right, dog. Are you done walking? We need to get home. Do you want your breakfast? Come on, let's go. Do you want to go inside and see your kitty? You want to go inside? Are you hungry? Do you want your breakfast, Dottie? Is that what you want? You want your breakfast? Okay. We'll get it right now.